And that is the number one pick that people choose. And that's sort of the point that I try to get across, is that this is not a tomorrow thing, it's a today thing. And what are we doing today to end abortion today and fight not just abortion, but the culture of death? And I think you probably agree that this isn't just a topic of conversation, is it?
No. This is not, and I often say this, people criticize me because I say the people that are on the other side of this issue are not our opponents. They are our enemies. And people say, oh, you shouldn't take that harsh, enemy, friend, that sort of approach. They're the enemies of God. They're killing the children that God create. How can they not be our enemies if they're His enemies? Mm-hmm. And so I do take that approach. And like I said, I don't think it's a matter of when God wants us to end. He didn't want it to start with.
That's a great answer.
So
I haven't heard that one yet. So.
And again, I want to say something.
I'm just laughing because it's like, whoa, he hit me with a new one.
Right. But the issue that we need to concentrate on is not stopping abortion, because, or saying that the fundamental principle, operating principle of the pro-life movement must never be opposition to abortion. It must be returning legal protection to every unborn child from the moment of conception, from the moment of fertilization.
So our definition is skewed. We're not asking for the right thing.
We think that those are the same things. If you say to people, well, I'm not here to try to stop abortion, I'm here to try to return legal protection to the unborn. I say, well, that's the same thing. No, it's not. Because I can bring employees of abortion clinics in here who are the most rabid, hardcore pro-abort you'll ever see in your life, and they will sit right here and tell you they're opposed to abortion. They just support the right of someone to do it. So the issue is not opposition to abortion. And this has affected everything the pro-life movement does. We go to politicians and we say, what's your quote-unquote position on abortion? Well, everybody's opposed to abortion, right?
Right.
Oh, I'm pro-life, I'm opposed to abortion. No. What pro-life means is that you believe that the unborn child is a living human being from the moment of fertilization and deserves the same protection of the law that you and I have. That's what being pro-life means. And so we've got to get to this point, and I mentioned politics. We've got to get to the point where the pro-life movement looks at the nation's politicians and says, look, I don't care what your position on abortion is. I don't care what you think about abortion. I don't care what you feel about it. None of that's important to me. All I want to know is, as a matter of fact, not only is it not important to me, I don't even want to hear you say it. All I want to hear you say is, what is your plan to return legal protection to every unborn child from the moment of fertilization? That's all I want to hear. If you can't give me a good answer to that, adios.
But they run on a pro-life platform.
I don't care what what does the platform mean? When the Republican Party has betrayed us over and over and over again with the platform in place, when the Republican Party today will take a donation from you or from me and give it to a pro-abort Republican who's running against a pro-life Democrat, how important is the platform? That platform is the platform is a scam, because every 4 years what the Republican Party does is they put this little dog and pony show on at the convention. Oh, there's a bunch of people who want to remove the platform. Oh, but we're going to fight hard for it. And so we see them fight hard to keep the pro-life plank in there.
Yeah. And
we think, oh, look at them, they're our champions, they're working for us. And then as soon as the election's over, that platform's put on the shelf until the next 4 years. And they run this dog and pony show again.
Well,
and we fall for it.
Speaking of the dog and pony show, now we're in an election cycle. We see it in full gear. And there's a difficult issue. A lot of people are asking, what do we do? We've got McCain, we've got Obama. We know Obama is a hardcore pro-abortion candidate who wants to remove any kind of laws that have been passed that have protected people in any way.
Right. Well, we say that.
So what do we do? We
say the Republicans have this, you hear about the thing, no child left behind. My view is Obama's position is no child left alive. And, I think that's exactly right. This is the most radically pro-abortion person, more so than Bill Clinton. I think this man has lower morals. I know he's a heretic. I mean, he sits there and calls himself a Christian, but he's a heretic. He's a heretic. He's got lower morals than Bill Clinton, and I think he's more pro-abortion than Bill Clinton was. And that's hard to be to be those three things is hard to do.
Yeah.
But
So what do we do? We've got McCain running against him, and he's not exactly
I don't tell people
Johnny
what they
pro-life
do.
either. So,
No, he's not pro-life. But
but what do we do? There's a lot of folks that are looking for leadership. They're looking for pro-life leadership to help them, to guide them.
I don't know.
I've heard
There's
so many different directions on this.
There's two schools of thought. I mean, one of them is that you do defensive voting. You don't vote for McCain in order to make McCain president. You vote for McCain in order to keep Obama from being president.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's one school of thought.
Mm-hmm.
Another one is, at some point, we're going to have to teach the Republican Party a lesson, and that is that if you run people who aren't pro-life, we're staying home. And when I say pro-life, again, I don't mean what their position on abortion is.
Right.
What I mean by pro-life is that I want to hear McCain or whoever come out here in the front of the nation and say, here's what I'm going to do to return legal protection to the unborn. Not here's what I'm going to do to stop abortion. Obama will do that.
Mm-hmm.
Obama would be perfectly happy to come on national television tonight and say, here's what I'm going to do to quote unquote reduce the need
Right.
for abortion. Well,
And
that's
come
a lie.
off as a nice guy.
Right,
And
and
supporting
reasonable
women.
and rational and so forth. So he'll come on and talk about reducing abortion.
Yeah.
I'm not interested in that. What I want to know is, what are you going to do to return legal protection to the unborn child? That's what I want to hear.
Mm-hmm.
And until we ask that question,
Mm-hmm.
I think we're fooling ourselves in the political process.
Well, I guess, you know, the thing that concerns me is, and I hate using that word, I've heard that from so many pro-life people, so I'm concerned. But anyway, what I am worried about in this whole situation is that we get stuck in this over and over again. And
Yeah.
here we are
One more time,
one more time.
into the
And
breach.
So I agree basically with both ideas of where to go. A, stay home and send a message. B, well, McCain's going to be better than Obama, so maybe we should just go that route. So I understand why anybody would want to say either of those, and I say both of them are powerful positions. So for you folks out there watching this, there's your challenge. We've all got to go through this. It's hard for us to say one way or another. We know what we want, and I believe the right thing to do, my opinion, is that we send the message